Bread, not but above all things, I think we are fine.
Sure.
We are ready to go.
I'm saying, me think I'm using my bread. But when
maybe after Sakura, I can't come here and leave. Now, I can't record that. Carabane,
I don't know what's up.
And then me myself, I'm sorry. Why? Be fine.
Would you leave Mam Gramming Copo?
I don't want to go.
Whoa. Me enemy can see a power. What brandy?
Never, everybody, we don't want you.
It's
out of the DBA, me catch a fiancé, me catch a wound.
Okay.
Me nimni po fiancé or do things any me do. Sebe was Antonio Conte ni Lukaku dono. Me do catching or wife. Me do catching wife.
I see.
And maybe be see wait me the media show. Me make to charge you. Maybe a wife for prano or feel.
Okay.
To me feel easy. So what I say? Me know your history be. History. I did the woman and now to sorry because me no. Me back what we start me don't go. Obi a me no ha come back.
Coffee my eska.
Oh ja. Me no go no win na. Uzu di medium.
Bibia fine.
Yeah. But
some me no me no there.
Ana ha yakwan there can be.
There be cancel no.
There be enka.
You be dem. Prison ban you go.
I don't be say now boss nine times with me boss you nia. O me nia prekupe do say boss ti e bo bi awo. Each Gabi mo say ni so with this kind of crest na Simon me say no ni dey bia me catch no. Me nim ebi wo so na ade edi na chirim peska.
Efi.
Ja. Wo abi tu say ko fast send message. Fi dey bia e da me twa do me twa bo na abo ato so 5 times. Na me say bia I don't know what could you do any it's here because I don't say boom. I see Jonah. You use so no more ways to be okay. Oh, she blew Munguari and fat. And I say boom, boys need green to Ram Quadi also in Kabi. Jenno or the man opportunity.
Some of the first one.
Aye.
And the sugar coated West.
No more good try.
Convincing me and Piatun.
By commentary. By saying how did 36 cities pay.
Me, your commentary. And this is a man team no Sweden. Na sa Sweden for the day. O ma we a trophy edito o mu nyi bi da. Mama ye di me.
Ade. Is really there. Yes, I will be on honum.
Okay.
I hope say we be
fine.
Na in common.
Sure.
Common do so.
Yeah.
Because running in common over transfers or honum. But let's start with the talent Serie and Antonio Conte.
But before you start, Kofi, Mamusawi. Afi Siriano. Oh, yes, sure, scripted.
Wait, my can say? Which one can say somebody wrote the story?
You try to hobby na Yakofa movie stars, so Mujina Park, Munin Cherry as in the moment.
But you see, sadly, in the football standing out from a lot of sports.
Because proud to some mobile games. 2 teams will be a cobalt draw.
Yeah.
And 30 decided.
Yeah.
We have to say 2-0 away.
Yeah.
We have to know 2-0.
What's the make at you say?
We made them say much.
Throw the own throw, but any more football standing out. Like senior, sometimes in the game, near maybe Timisi. So only boy chinchaya. You would think that it's a story that was written. Last night, it was a Unisa Luis Figo's story of moving from Barcelona to Real Madrid. Who's a yatia? Before I decided to watch the full documentary because Usha introduction called Luis Figo say people think that they know the story but they don't know. Rich, imagine say scripted. Time of Florentino Perez, friend, agent, like all, and that is what makes football stand out. Which the story around Antonio Conte winning the Scudetto, exceptional. And me Makaniha, me Antonio Conte fanboy. Everybody that listens to me knows it, but after Nyama call against Kamana Otoria Mospe or call press conference, in my opinion, I felt that it was done. Conte, back to the top game. But this is Antonio Conte. I always make reference to Sir article about Lord Chelsea or Conte Fie. Conte Catherine will also remember 4 back when he returns to come and play in football and Pampa in the 4 back. This is a Napoli team. Wajin Scudetto 2 seasons ago. But last season, also 10th. No team in Europe's major soccer leagues no, in recent times now having a manager. Season before, only 10th. Arabic League. Only Antonio Conte is Napoli. Again, Scudetto Rogene 5 times as a player for Juventus. Obey a manager, Obey Jimmy and Sa for Juventus game. And on one call Inter Milan, they could break his agents, no, Ejima Inter Milan. Then he has come back to win it for Napoli. Rich. In the last 8 seasons, Antonio Conte has been involved Wajili 6 times. Out of the 8 non-G. And it tells you that he is a top manager, and especially Rich, that team where nobody wins the Scudetto with this team. I mean, there was no Victor Osimhen. There was no Vitor Kvaratskhelia. He had to do it without Osimhen. Any adventure friend Vitor Kvaratskhelia who left in January, and he did it with the Scotsman, Scott McTominay. In that article, Antonio Conte chemu ni enti ono net 4-3-3 no ebe different from the 4-3-3 in him. According to him, the number 10 in the 4-3-3 regular no number 10 where the creative hub of the team. But no Antonio Conte wants to have the number 10 as a box crasher or a second striker. And that's exactly what he did with Abantia, the friend Scott McTominay, scoring 12 goals, 4 assists, highest XG created in the Serie this season. And of course, I want to say the most first goals in almost every game. Scott McTominay, MVP.
And now go be your shame.
Yeah. What? And when and now she now. They were struggling. Bonnie Banner Ragmania, border goalkeeper, then he went outside. Mattia Politano. 1v1. Politano ball cross the BTBT. It was a half bicycle kick. Bam! Nah. Napoli. For instance, Naples Kumorum was all over the place. And now, Abrantia friend Scott McTominay scoring this goal to open it up for team friend Antonio Conte. That will Romelu Lukaku there. Hey, Raddy.
Lukaku.
Maybe your far body free, a bulldozer through human beings now. It tells you, say, Romelu Lukaku.
And now, I'm a game, no?
Yeah.
Who they are not Antonio Conte?
Yeah, the emotions, no?
Papa, or done too much.
Yeah. Emotions.
When you say, Hagi played in about Lukaku. Yeah. Well, again, more than 5 minutes.
Okay, time and catch this up, China, Ombra, no Munya Jumano, Naples Kuano, and only Juman. And which, where will you rank Romelu Lukaku in your top strikers list? Where will you put Lukaku?
Maybe I say 1 to say 10.
Yeah. Especially in the last 10 years.
The last 10 years.
Which for me, Lukaku is in top 10.
Oh yeah, top 10 over them.
No, top 5, sorry.
Top 5?
Yes. Which, see, people don't, off the top of people say they only name Lukaku numbers. Let anybody pull up Lukaku's numbers for you. Lukaku is a top 5 striker. The only time people have issues with Lukaku is Chelsea and Manchester United. And everybody knows that. But Lukaku at Inter, under even Simeone Inzaghi, and Antonio Conte, Lukaku at Everton. Rich, those numbers are something. Lukaku from West Bromwich Albion. Charlie, the guy is a top player now. BBT, Lukaku doesn't get the accolade as a centre forward. And now he won the Scudetto again. I think we're a 2-time champion now for Abranche Romelu Lukaku. One will share the most assists this season. The talent Serie, so one of the most creative player the talent Serie. In a season where he's not scoring, he gave the most assists for team and friend in Napoli. What are your numbers, Yamamiana?
At Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Okay, they started from about Chelsea Kakra.
Yeah.
2011 to 2014.
Yeah.
10 appearances, 0 goals. Hey.
Rich twice.
Kofi.
O
strike.
Just the royal crab.
Kofi will strike. Okay. Well, the Everton, the Impedana, the Everton. At Everton time, I'm saying proper no. 2014, 2017. Also, in 110 appearances, 53 goals, and you're bad.
You're very good. 0.5.
And Manchester United 2017-2019.
Oh, they didn't know.
Also 66 or 28 goals.
Okay.
Inter 2019-2021. Also 72 appearances, 47 goals.
Yeah.
Chelsea 2021-2024. 26 appearances, 8 goals. Inter loan. Onya 25 appearances or 10 goals. Romans or Konenamo loan. 2023-2024, just a season.
Yeah.
And also 32 appearances, 13 goals.
Yeah.
And 2024 on in Napoli, 36 appearances, 14 goals. Not bad. Not bad.
Lukaku is a top player, and I think that for me,
Not bad.
and then Alexander Hijack, there was a certain Romelu Lukaku, and you have to give him a lot of the credit. It's really saying how kind of away it was not enough. I'm just praying, say Inter for will take this speed, me, and I'm saying it here. Team I'm a person of the Champions League Inter.
Okay.
On the day of the Champions League, we'll do the analysis and I'll see if I'm still with it. But my heart is for Inter Milan. I wish they go on and then win the Champions League. Which transfers? Me say Joseph Guardiola and Imran again are moving in the direction. And so in the last 2 days, Pep Guardiola catch Obia say on pet team next season he wants a small team, so he will manage it, which is good. Which what we are hearing is that for the very first time since the transfer window, Man City and AC Milan are in club-to-club negotiations for Abranche Feni Tijani Reinders. Yes, Florian Wirtz deal could not come through because Liverpool are now closer to Florian Wirtz than anybody. But what we are hearing is that Tijani Reinders are very, very much open. Now, Niama deal no easy for Manchester City. They say, Rich, AC Milan are not qualifying for Europe. And now more final game about our talent Serie, I think against Monza. But then, they will go in and then qualify for Europe. Joseph Guardiola and Emran are very, very keen in bringing a bunch of friend Tijani Reinders. Rich, they would have a good depth in the middle of the pack. After Nico Gonzalez, Mateo Kovacic, Pedri, Rodri, adding Tijani Reinders very, very, very important for them. For me, one of the most underrated midfielders we are saying, Branch Feni Tijani Reinders, and if he goes to Man City, it'll be very important. Well, have you ever seen since Saudi football? Say Liverpool top player, the amount they are trying to buy Florian Wirtz.
You see also, it's all on 100 plus.
120 going to 150 thereabouts. The whole operation. It will be that. And cover cycle reporter for Sky that a branch of friend Florian Wirtz while be apartment hunting and as a house hunting. Oh, Liverpool, the northwest of England.
That's all good in Comocraso on the Liverpool.
Yeah, in fact, almost tracking the flight of the entourage and any parents. No, they can tell say they are moving in and around that area. You see, one of the things I would want to work on is what is the plan of an slot with Florian Wirtz, especially say Odia Bentia, your friend Jeremy Frimpong, America, Liverpool team. I think says also Florian Wirtz. One of the best house space controllers is Florian Wirtz. And Makacho, the story of how Florian Wirtz and the Bushiafo see where he can be. They believe that in the context of Ono, Musiala, and Jude Bellingham, when they were growing up through the German Bundesliga, they were better than Jude. But Jude has been platformed by Real Madrid. Into Omujidi, say, Omu moving out of Germany, Liverpool will give them that platform to shine, of course, because someone was a European pedigree. And in terms of ability on the ball, Florian Wirtz has it, especially in the house spaces. I just hope the Liverpool will have a plan, especially with Arne Slot, in terms of how he wants to use him. The amount involved is a little too much for Florian Wirtz, but then we'll see how it goes. Matter said, in the last few hours, Joao Pedro Diaba, Chelsea, don't give it too much attention. For Chelsea striker, no. Chelsea, don't give it too much attention. The thing is that our Brighton for trading ground, Joao Pedro will be a Nakuma Beno. Only one of the players, Jean Van Hekel, and Brighton want to let Joao Pedro leave the club. And in that, Brazil for using Globo and I started more than 7 to 12 since Chelsea want a branch of Joao Pedro, which put him in isolation, a good player. Oshe Joao Pedro born a very good player and anything. You will not bully Joao Pedro. And I've said several times here, Chelsea here will boxing him as a centre forward. It's not in the caliber of players like this. At the next level, people who are more domineering and combative will box him. I was also what a killer instincts in there. There is no vast difference between Nicolas Jackson and Joao Pedro, our Brighton and Hove Albion. So there is no point Chelsea going to buy him. I know say agent Juma Naoye in trying to pitch the player for a move to Chelsea Football Club. But again, and can a good opportunity at the right price for Chelsea left wing on him. But McCann several times Rich. Me you too excited. I don't think it's a left winger no. With about your friend Estava Oleana over Chelsea. You who say in the last few games of the season, none Madoke Timibo or left hobby. Pedro Neto can play on the left and right. Maybe Jadon Sancho will stay because in the last few weeks, Jadon Sancho agents Asia Joe Shields and Maresca trying to convince them some say Jadon Sancho to not Chelsea. That will hinge on if Chelsea can qualify for the Champions League and the players that will come. But say Estava will learn Eba in the last 2 games or one game or last game for Palmeiras. Come and see football. Rich. Because boy is good. Estava Willian is a good player in terms of potential. I mean, it's different potential and then the output on the field of play. But in terms of potential, Estava Willian will or a top player. So I don't think say Joao Pedro is a needed option even for the left wing because left wing area hono and yet Adia Chelsea here gidi. For me, a centre forward and an experienced centre back. I'll bet me leading lines no them any money and Chelsea will be okay. Part of the centre backs after say Dean Hoytson, a free Chelsea listeners, has been Everton for centre back a friend Gerald Bradford. Who's a couple of years ago, almost 50 million, 55 million, and a movie away. I don't know if Chelsea would want to do the deal, which I confirmed. Christopher and Nkunku will leave Chelsea at the end of the season.
Okay.
Now, minim say buying for the way I near my corner, one shot, Omunya a branch a friend from Everton. They may tend to a branch a friend Nkunku aggressively and then bring him in. At a good fee, I think Chelsea should take it. I don't want Chelsea to sell Nkunku to Man United or Liverpool. Yes, sir. You are strengthening a competitor. And that is why Leverkusen Fournier okay in selling and dealing with Liverpool than dealing with Bayern. And it should be same for Chelsea. Let Christopher Nkunku go away to Tiba, your friend of Bayern München. Now, I am saying Monkwana Mushia, Liam Delap Nebuziafwana. David Moyes Croatiano. Delap the Aviana Munti operation as the plan for Liam Delap, ne papa, and any entourage is that they will meet everybody.
I read in Kwandia.
I only the picture ideas anymore. Obeti, so better than you better do about come. So, in fact, Liam Delap and any papa have already met Joe Shields and Maresca. And Maresca in favorite number 9 or pushy Liam Delap. And you see, man.
Okay.
Because he has worked with him before, he knows him. Maresca Gini said, this is a boy that has the same attributes and has a higher ceiling. Again, the injury record of Liam Delap is seen to be better. And from Patty, what Patty was telling me the last time, he said Chelsea data team, have Liam Delap, Benjamin Sesko, and Hugo Ekitike. But also, and not just data, is the data plus the eye test. And that is why Maresca, any adventure friend, Joe Shields, Ekoko Shia, Liam Delap, Nene Papa, until they are listening to everybody. I know that it will come down to things like Champions League. So Chelsea in Champions League like to give them an edge because 30 million is good. And Maka say Liam 30 million. Tono na to si meka which 30 million Liam Delap. In case you buy it, add Osimhen with a release clause. Give Osimhen how Barca wanted to do for Messi in the last ages, money-based salary. Now increase the bonuses, It's your share more go and no the bonus. Or more assistant no the bonus. Oji we are no the bonus. Then it goes up. Then the player will be fine. Otinye Miss Rich. Say yenya Delap yenya Osimhen. One share ma be your bet ni bi. Say yenya Delap ni Osimhen. You be league no. Ya league na Muslim Mom Sakura.
Odi e be twa wuti. On kasa bi.
I don't want to go around.
Yeah, say, you're in a serious dilemma.
That's it.
Unia who the year who could
I didn't say Unia
because they say
Villa Pema
also say your problem near say
yeah.
We are torn in between say Sikasem your problem. Inti to say I ranty they say
Bruno
di
yeah.
Yen torn ma Saudi for no. Nianje 100 million on koto players ni bi na yen started from scratch and na yen den because this year is Sikasem your problem.
Yeah.
And na so ubenya sika just a ton players ni bi.
Yeah.
So what I say?
Yeah.
Just a ton players ni bi. So say ye ton players na I just want to be there no. Bruno nom, you know, Ahmad nom ni ade no. You saw them no anyes kakakra.
Yeah.
Then ye what start to say be a project no start no for.
Yeah.
Ah yes sir. Say papa e beji timi. What's this get you?
I read that
the project near anything.
I think that's some moment somewhere no. Maybe I'm on Tom Bruno. Yeah, some keep experience in kakra. I didn't make Chelsea and say who's experience in Akoi. So you have to keep at least 1 or 2 be around. The problem is that does Bruno want to stay?
No,
I think United, you don't want to sell Bruno.
In America, say,
yeah.
They say, I are confused.
Yeah.
We are in a serious dilemma.
Yeah.
Because of, say, also will tone players. I just say, when you say, now, between tone.
Okay, yeah, I get that part.
What I say?
Yeah.
On land money, and then no scare, baby, bad bank,
yeah.
You need to sell these boys.
Yeah.
I'm on 100 million a day. Then, yeah, they are starting a project for.
Yeah.
And as you see, I'll go to our boys, you're yeah. Not just say,
oh, do just
yeah, started from the scratch. I don't know.
Chelsea line anyway. Money is I say 5 years per enche.
Go fit to me. Okay. The enquire anymore. Cha.
What you say that there is somebody? I think the NY might be being common from Barca about the contract extensions of Lamine Yamal. Good news everywhere.
Okay.
The first news is that Abrantier friend Wojciech Szczesny, all indication are clear. So best sign a contract for Barca. And until Yamal Aduma next season. Wojciech Szczesny will be part of Barca for goalkeepers now, which is good. It means that Barca don't have to invest any money on the transfer market. Then the next set of players, 2 players and that season way, Jay said they were going to be Barca's very, very important midfielders until injuries now. Abrantier friend Marc Casado, Marc Barnal, and then of course Abrantier friend Eric Garcia. And the last time Ayala was telling you, said the most important thing for Barca is to keep our most important players now. We know that next season Lamine Yamal be number 10 years, you know. Okay. And that means that Abrantier friend and Soumani Fati may leave the club. Yeah, run up for Madrid. Ebia Abrantier friend Vitinha and Omdeni Beba. Iti Yafa transfers ni so ni remu matches na can run in Yamiad much na quickly for you, Jeff. Na in this and common honor. Rich Carlo Ancelotti won the last game.